Hi, it's Sam with this off-the-cuff episode of the Living Working Abroad show. As you can see, I'm out and about today. Through my rear window screen, you can just see the Mediterranean as we're out and about visiting clients with things on the mind and urgent issues to deal with. And, well, this is what we're here for. This is what we want to do. This is how we want to help our clients that are living and working abroad. But please plan ahead, get there first. I've had queries this week about residency permits. There's lots of different versions of that. There's lots of different adverts in newspapers saying, come and get your golden visa this, golden visa that, put this deposit here, create that company there. You can do that, you don't have to. So if you want to create a company, to get a residency permit in an EU country, in a Mediterranean country like Cyprus, you don't have to open a company. You don't have to make a fixed deposit investment. You don't have to do many things. You have to do something. You have to be viable to live and work abroad. It's the same in the UK, same in Ireland, same in any country. You have to prove that you've got a valuable source of income, accommodation, and reason for being there. If you break the law, it's illegal. As we know, lots of economic migrants going around the world at the moment. That's different issues, not what we're talking about. Follow the rules and you get there. So in Cyprus, there is a special Nomad visa residency permit. It's pretty much the same as any other if you've got some income. So there's minimum incomes in Cyprus, and there's what they've got expats to have. So as long as you've got above the minimum income, maybe got 2,000, maybe 4,000, maybe 5,000 a month, you can start getting the advantages of the Nomad visa or the tax residency visa. Just to clarify that if you're earning over certain thresholds, you can get 50% tax reduction for 10 years. You could do that. If not, there's other things that you can do, but you can do these things for just a short period of time. If you want to live in Cyprus but not get a work permit and not have a residency permit, so if a British person coming to live in Cyprus or the EU might need a work permit, they might not be able to get that with your residency status because you're not an EU citizen. But you can still be a nomad working in that country and enjoy the lower tax rates. But for that, you still need to be able to earn a certain amount of money. So if you need help and guidance, living and working abroad outside the UK as an expat, contact us at proactpartnership.com. If you do make investments in property close to the sea or business overseas, look after it, take care. You could die, your family could die, you could be taken ill. Lots of changes can come about. Trump can put his tariffs in place, and it can compromise what you want to do with your property overseas. There are many safe places to invest around the world, but still, if you're sick, disabled, family circumstances change, or you die, there's not a lot you can do. If you've got a fixed asset like a car or property or any company in another country, you need to make a will. Make a will to plan for the future so that your family and children don't have to go to additional expense to verify and release your bank accounts overseas, to clear up your overseas taxes, to get involved in taxes from 10 years ago because they didn't do a return or it wasn't collected, for property, investments, business, need help, living and working abroad. Enjoy the view and contact us at proactpartnership.com. When you're living and working abroad and you've got a nice overseas property, that's great for you, but where are your family? Are they in America? Are they in Mexico? Are they in Europe? Are they in the UK? Have they got health issues? Have they got um, physical or mental constraints? Or do they live in China? Do they come from a country that's constrained by international sanctions at the moment, or war or conflict? Whether your family connections and work connections are in India or China, Russia, um, uh, or conflicts like the economic conflict being forced upon the world by Trump from the USA, you need to protect your assets. So think about your family, take protection, um, and protect your family's assets. Use a family trust or business trust to hold the assets and control them from around the world without expensive time and delays if something goes wrong. Uh, Talk to Proact. We've got over 20 years experience in helping people that are living and working abroad, and don't leave it till it's too late. If you are a resident of another country and you've overstayed your visa, what do you do then? Well, then you're compromised. If you leave the country, you're compromised coming back. If you don't leave the country, it could be okay as well, as long as you don't get found out. But if you want to change your job or get health or sickness protection, issues can arise. So keep your papers in order, keep your residency permits up to date. Generally, under international law, you need a residency permit, which might be for a year or two. Doesn't necessarily allow you to work. You need to consider your issues, whether you need to work, whether you're working on an overseas contract as a nomad, a remote worker, or whether you're working in the country and you've got that you need a work permit and social insurance in that country. This can determine state healthcare for you and your family, as well as benefits if something goes wrong. So consider that, whichever country you've got a connection with your family, USA, China, India, EU, or UK, you can contact us at partnership.com. Not forgetting the UAE and Saudi Arabia, of course. Contact us at partnership.com. In Cyprus, there's lots of tax return issues that are going on at the moment, and tax returns that are due. And for the avoidance of doubt, I want to confirm to you now how confusing tax returns in Cyprus are. So these are what the current deadlines are in the second going into the third quarter of 2025. By the 30th of June, the full tax return for 2023 is due. That's an extension from the 31st of March. So by the 30th of June 2025, your 2023 tax return is due if you've got audited business accounts for Cyprus for 2023. So it's a larger sole trading company or any type of limited liability company or partnership in Cyprus, 2023. So that's been extended. The new extension, the third time it's been extended, is 30th of June, extended from the 31st of March 25. That's for 2023 returns. If you're an individual with a 2024 return, then the current deadline for submission is the 31st of July. And that's the time now that you need to get your full return in for 2024. So it may seem like a long time, but it's 6 weeks now. So we're well into doing that work. And if you need help and guidance completing your individual 2024 Cyprus tax return, you can contact us at proactpartnership.com. You don't need a tax return officially if your income in Cyprus is below 19,500 euros. However, if you've got a liability to tax and you need to pay that, then that could be a return that you need to do, either as a full or a temporary assessment. So that 2024 full return to pay any health taxes, fixed rate, stamp duty, property rental taxes need to be submitted by the 31st of July. For more help and guidance, contact us at proactpartnership.com. So the 2023 returns are due by the 30th of June for companies, audited returns. By the 31st of July 2025, the 2024 returns are due for individuals. However, 2025 returns for individuals and for companies are also due by the 31st of July, and this is where there's tax to be paid. So, like the UK, in Cyprus, tax can be paid twice a year on account in July and December. By the 31st of December, pay that tax that you might be due this year. So don't wait till you're doing your 24 return before you're paying your tax. You should actually be paying some on account. Not a very well monitored system, but if you've got fixed rate taxes for property, interest or dividends, or you've got health tax to pay, or you've got income tax to pay in Cyprus, that 2025 return is due by the 31st of July. For more information and guidance, contact us at partnership.com. Also, by the 31st of July, the 2024 company financial report to the company registrar is due. Not the tax return. The individual 2024 tax return is due by the 31st of July. The company financial report for 2024 is due to the company registrar by 31st of July 25, but the tax return at the moment is not due until the audited return is not due until March 26. And finally, there's an IL7 report. IL7 in Cyprus is employers, where they're paying social insurance for employees. Now that's due for 2024, but it's not likely, not scheduled to be available for 2024 until the 31st of July 25 to submit. So hoping by the end of July 25, we can submit the 2024 employers return of payroll and direct debit. That is going monthly into the new system, but the idea for 2024 is that the returns are available by the end of July to be submitted by the end of October 25. 2023 returns are due now for audited company and business accounts by the end of June, and then by the end of July, individual 2024 Cyprus tax returns, self-assessed tax payments for 2025 for business and individuals, company registrar returns, financial reports are due, along with an IL7 report of payroll and data between the end of July, 31st of July, and the end of October. For more information and guidance to get your tax records up to date in 2025 for 2023, 24, and 25, contact us at partnership.com. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you again next time.